The worst thing about The Last Jedi is that we finally have a main female Jedi and she doesn't have a pink lightsaber. So you've probably seen on the internet, even if you're trying to avoid it at all costs, it seems to be inescapable, that The Last Jedi is terrible and worse than the prequels and has killed Star Wars. And I'm here to tell you that all of that is true, but it's also absolutely worth seeing. And I will let you know why. But first, you're probably like, why should I trust you when it comes to Star Wars? What do you know about Star Wars? Is this the first Star Wars movie you've ever seen? It's not. It's not. My parents really like the original trilogy. My brother and I grew up watching them. We had lightsabers and battles, and he dressed up as it for Halloween, and we had toys. My mom and brother still have pretty fond memories of the prequels, and I have a little bit of nostalgia for the Phantom Menace because when I was 6 and we got the movie on VHS, I had such a crush on Anakin because he was like the older boy in the movie. But if I could go my entire life without seeing him again, I would be thrilled. But when I was growing up, I spent most of my movie experience watching Disney princess movies and the Star Wars series. So when I learned that Disney was buying Star Wars, I actually was pretty skeptical about it because even though they make amazing animated movies where they're pretty creative and they seem to take more risks. Hello, son. Oh my God. But they seem to take more risks with their animated films, where with their live action is pretty hit or miss, even now. Live action Beauty and the Beast is not good. So I wasn't super involved with the hype or the fandom. In fact, I was pretty over it because it was just everywhere and it's inescapable in the way that Disney is. My family and I saw The Force Awakens on Christmas Day and I was in a pretty bad mood. So even though I kept hearing that it was really good, I was like, I hope it's terrible. I don't want to like it. But I actually had a pretty fun movie experience. My theater was really excited. Everyone clapped and clapped and clapped when the credits rolled, which I've never had happen in a movie before. So I left there with pretty positive vibes at it, and I have the movie on DVD, and I got into the fandom a little bit. And after a few years and rewatching it a couple times, obviously it's a retreading of The New Hope. The callbacks to the original trilogy is pretty annoying, and there's this like modern sarcastic humor that Disney inserts into their Marvel franchise and their latest animated movies, whether it fits the story and the characters and the world that they're in or not. And it's not going to age well. It's going to be one of those things where 20 years from now, people are going to rewatch those movies, and from the weird, very specific, sarcastic quips, they're going to be like, oh, that was a mid-2000s movie. But overall, I still have positive feelings towards The Force Awakens. And then Rogue One, I knew nothing about it other than it was a standalone Star Wars movie. And I definitely would not have left thinking that would be so divisive. But I really like Rogue One a lot, actually. I love the kind of grungy 70s aesthetic. I liked the characters, especially like Space Aang from Avatar. He was dope. I like that it was a darker vibe. I like that it was like a really like intimate war movie. I actually really, really like Rogue One a lot. But even though I liked Rogue One and I liked Force Awakens and I have positive feelings towards both of them and the way that Disney has handled it thus far, I'm not obsessed with them by any means. When it came to The Last Jedi, I was definitely avoiding the previews, but I also just wasn't, I saw it on opening night, or actually I saw it on Thursday night at 11 o'clock. And I was excited about it, but if I was going to bet money on the film, I would be like, oh, it's going to be good and competent and well done, but really predictable and safe. And I would have lost all my money because it was none of those things. Oh my goodness. So you might be like, well, if it's not good, then why would I want to see it? It's way more complicated than that. And I can only speak about my own movie experience because me and my boyfriend basically left there feeling the same way. And I've talked to people who feel a little differently, but I left the theater feeling like I was watching a really incredible, amazing, smaller, intimate, beautifully shot drama that kept getting interrupted by one of the most awful movies I've ever seen. So it was like this weird whiplash effect where part of the movie was great, really, really good. Like I said, it was like a smaller, quieter drama that had, when it did have action, was really, really good. And then the other part was just incompetent, convoluted, prequel vibes like you would not believe, where everything just looked cheap and flat and fake. For me, anyway, the parts that I thought were good, I didn't just think were good. I thought they were extraordinary. I thought they were excellent. I thought they were some of the best scenes I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie, or even just kind of any movie. I thought they were amazing. And I've never been more into a Star Wars movie. It definitely hit for me, and my boyfriend felt the same way. And from like little reviews and talking to people, the part of the movie that I'm talking about, and I'm sorry I'm being so vague, but I want to keep this non-spoiler and specific as possible, but everybody seems to agree that those parts were good. I'm not just talking about things that work specifically for me. There definitely seemed to be like a tonal shift with those parts that people agree are much better than the rest of the movie. And for me, they like also checked every box. All the dopamine was firing in my brain. I freaking loved those parts so much, and I think about them all the time. And me and my family, we're gonna go see it again on Christmas. It's like it's kind of a tradition now. And I'm really looking forward to it, even though the parts that are bad are really, really bad in a way. And this was really rude. This was really rude of me, and I've never done this before during a movie. But there is a scene, and if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what scene I'm talking about. That is so bad that I couldn't stop laughing because I just kept being like, this isn't the real movie. I'm being pranked. This is a prank, bro. There's no way this is actually in The Last Jedi. But it was. It's just this weird missed opportunity where it's almost more painful in some ways to see this like little diamond buried within all the garbage, and it's like, wow, the whole movie could have been like that, and it would have been almost too incredible. But it left me excited about the next movie, but also extremely nervous because I can definitely see Disney going, oh, cut all the intimate character drama, that's the part nobody likes, add more nonsense. So if you're kind of teetering on the edge on whether or not you should throw your money at The Last Jedi, we all go about Star Wars with different experiences and in different ways. So you might see it and absolutely love the entire thing. You might see it and absolutely hate the entire thing and like just be completely baffled with what I'm talking about at all. But from me, from my experience, it was 80% nonsense and 20% the best Star Wars movie I've ever seen. You should at least experience it for yourself. It was definitely, I wasn't bored. I wasn't bored. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know how you feel. Leave comments below, give it a like, and I will see you guys eventually. Bye.